Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Rick and Morty the Anime Episode 1, titled Girl Who Manipulates Time. And I didn't really enjoy this at all. I didn't really care for the art style. I didn't really care for the story that was going on, if you could really even call it that. It felt more like a clip-style show that just went throughout all different kind of weirdness, and I just really wasn't that interested in it. Uh, Even kind of like episodes of Rick and Morty that I've not been into, I have liked better than this. And I understand that it comes from a place of like passion and being fans about Rick and Morty, but it just did not work for me. Like it's mainly doing Rick and Morty stuff that has been better executed in other ones, because we see like the Galactic Federation kind of thing going on, trying to take over this planet, and that Summer's there for some reason, and then we jump back and forth between other kind of things. We see Rick being kind of captured by the Federation, and actually it's a hologram decoy. Summer is kind of watching it. We see Morty is in some kind of VR realm thing, and there's a couple different multiversal Mortys that are saved by this one girl who kisses him, saved by this one dude who looked away from him and who has like armor. We jump back and forth between different kind of time periods with the Frank one. We get this dragon thing that is important for some reason. In certain cases a tear, in certain cases a sweat, in certain cases another kind of one. Um, sure, Rick and Morty can sometimes get kind of nutty and gnarly and kind of jumping around, and certain animes can do that as well. But there's always a narrative through line that like kind of can at least have a cohesive kind of connection for a story. This seemed like almost a random clip show, just random ideas that they had for the anime. And then the anime art style, I don't hate it, and I think it can be better showcased with certain kind of things. Um, but I just don't think it is showcased and presented in the best kind of light here. It's kind of got a rougher, kind of almost unfinished quality to it, which works for me in certain kind of instances, but works against it for me in other instances. It just didn't really bring me in. I actually really wouldn't recommend this based off of the first episode. Even being into Rick and Morty doesn't really do it enough for it. You have to really probably be into Rick and Morty and the creative team behind this. I don't know. I mean, it does typical Rick and Morty stuff, but not as well. And even when that typical Rick and Morty stuff is done badly, or in cases not interestingly enough in Rick and Morty, it's still got a certain kind of quality to it that is lacking here for me. Now, granted, if you liked it and you enjoyed it and you loved the art style, that's cool. That's fine. Again, I never want to harsh on anybody liking something for that kind of stuff. That's cool. That's awesome. It just, even with the voice actors for Rick and Morty, it just, they couldn't even save it because the content just didn't work for me. I'm like, I don't care. And it doesn't have to be that. I'm fine with Morty getting into other kind of love interests or whatnot, but most of this stuff was done in such a kind of haphazard way that it really took me out of it. The central kind of conceit of the episode is like, I don't know what it is. You're jumping around with all these different kind of things. Rick's talking about some kind of like time bomb kind of thing. Let's see. It's evidently set between the 5th and 6th seasons, where we're dealing with like alternate universe versions. We also get like the Cronenberg kind of fuckers popping up or whatnot. But it just didn't really grab me. I've seen Morty do this different kind of stuff that he's always done before. The different kind of summers was just kind of odd. We checked in with the Cronenberg one. There's really not much here for it. There's no real kind of cohesiveness that really kind of keeps it, except for the bit with the Federation, almost at the Empire, trying to take on that one planet, and then the main one being that whatever main one's kind of going on, Rick is hiding out someplace and trying to then follow the Federation to whatever the decoy's kind of supposedly going, as Summer's keeping an eye on that, and Morty is doing VR adventures and getting eaten and saved by different kind of people and is in different kind of armors. That's about it. It really doesn't dive into the characters that much, or their motivations, or even a plot or kind of story thing kind of going on. It was very kind of odd, and I really wouldn't recommend it at all. But if you liked it, that's cool. Recommend it to all the people. Show it to people. I hope you guys having a good time and enjoying it. This just didn't really do it for me, and I'm pretty much done with it. I'm waiting for other Rick and Morty stuff to go on. This just didn't do it for me. That happens. So those are my opinions on the episode. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.